that, we are going to go to the old skip Skype, and we are going to call Dan Rock, because apparently Dan Rock is our guest, or going to be our guest, here in just a few moments.
Hello?
Hey, how are you, my friend? I wanted to get in touch with you for your interview. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I think I got a wave from you a couple days ago, huh?
Yes, and I wasn't sure if we were even going to be doing the interview, but they double checked with me yesterday, and I said, well, we're trying to get a hold of him, so hopefully.
No, you know what happened was I hadn't logged into Skype in a long time. I use FaceTime here at home, so when I logged in, I thought, it's probably some kind of spam. I'm glad I didn't block it. I was just like, I'll ignore that one. I didn't see any name or anything attached to it.
We have got a great guest with us today. He joins us live here on our big broadcast. And so talk to me a little bit about your background, my friend.
What in particular would you like to know?
How you got started doing what you're doing now.
All right. Well, back to the beginning of playing guitar, I guess I got to thank my dad. He got me playing guitar when I was pretty young, in my 9-10-year-old days, and then he got me guitar lessons from a local guitar hero named Craig Goldie when I was a teenager. Went to high school, met the guys that are currently in the Psychotic Waltz band lineup. Our singer Devin and our other guitar player Brian. They both went to high school with me, and we just kind of inspired each other to learn our instrument and get better. And we jammed together on and off and did some cover tunes here and there. And we always like I said, we got inspired off of each other, maybe try to outdo one another here and there and stuff, a friendly rivalry type of thing. But that's really what what got me started playing guitar, and what got the nucleus of Psychotic Waltz started was, us three knowing each other in the town next to us, El Cajon. I went to school in Santee, by the way. This was another town in El Cajon. I heard of a local drummer named Norman. Mutual friend of ours introduced us, said, hey, this guy is a good drummer. He'd probably want to jam with you. You should give him a call. He gave me his number. I called him. And the next thing you know, we were jamming together, doing cover tunes and stuff. This was probably 10th grade, 10th grade mostly. And, it didn't work out too great. It kind of fell apart. But me and Brian kept playing together. We all stayed in touch. And then there just came a time when all five of us had the opportunity and had grown a little bit more. This was probably about 1980. I'm dating myself. About 1989 is when. No, I take that back. About 1987 is when we all got together and really formed the original five that are back together now. And from then on, it was just like, hey, let's write songs.
We have got a great guest joining us today here on Skype audio, and Dan joins us here. Psycho Waltz is with us here on our big broadcast, and the U.S. progressive metal pioneers and innovators are back with a full original lineup and highly anticipated fifth studio album. So tell me about the original lineup getting back together.
That happened back in 2011, actually. Well, probably 2010 is when we started rehearsing for a tour. As a lot of your listeners might know, we broke up officially in 1997, but prior to that, we had a couple of replacement folks came into the band, the usual band things. People weren't getting along. Somebody, wanted to start a family, etc. But it came the time when we were offered a guest spot on the Power of Metal tour in 2011 with with Symphony X and Nevermore. Sorry, I'm coughing on a drink here. And for that tour, it was such a good deal, such a good offer, and we had all been talking and email, and the other guys had gotten together. The four of them were going to do something musical, maybe not specifically Psychotic Waltz, but they wanted to work on some music. And when that offer came through, Brian in particular called me, and Devin emailed me, and he's like, they were both very much wanting me to get back in. I was kind of the last holdout because at that time I had an 8-month-old daughter at home, and I was like, no, come on, guys, I'm over it. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm a dad, family time. We retired. But the more I thought about it, it was an intriguing offer. It was enticing, the ability, the chance, honestly, for us to get all together, the original 5 guys, and do it over and do it right with a good offer, a good support, a good crew, and to actually get paid for it and have fun. It was a very fortunate thing for us, and we were all, we all consider ourselves extremely lucky. We still do, that the fact that it's been this long and we still get to do it. Because keep in mind, we broke up in 1997. This was 2011, so quite a few years passed, and that was the original lineup getting back together for that tour in 2011. And then we did another Europe tour in 2012. We got to Greece for the first time, got to see our fans there. That was pretty cool. And then we decided after that 2012 tour, since it was going so good, we should make a new album. So honestly, we've been working on the album since 2012. And if one of your questions was going to be, why does it take so long? I'll just hit that one real quick. Our singer lives in Austria, somewhere around Salzburg, to be exact. And it's a lot harder than it was when we were young. We used to jam 5 nights a week in the studio, in our jam room. And now, we get together one night a week because everybody's got jobs, families, things to do. Our singer lives in Austria, so it's a lot of emailing files back and forth. There's a time difference there. So it took a lot longer, but we really wanted to make sure that everybody was happy with every little part before we, come out, this many years later with our, long-awaited, as you said, 5th album. We wanted to make sure we were happy with it, and we just put the finishing touches on it. You probably know a couple months ago, and it's due to come out next month.
We have got the band PSYCHOTIC WALTZ with us today. Dan joins us here in our broadcast. So talk to me about this 5th studio album. Give me some details on this.
Oh, details on the album. All right, let's see. We got, well, you pointed out there's all 5 original guys on it. It was 7 years in the making of writing the songs, going back and forth. And, the usual thing. There's little parts that we're not happy with. That we got to redo, and then somebody else comes up with a better idea. Hey, let's try this. Oh, now we got to relearn it, got to re-record it. All the usual stuff. It just took longer because it was so spread out, as we said. We took a lot of time on the songs. There's going to be there's actually a video on YouTube that already dropped for one of them. The actual title track of the album is called Devils and Angels, and that's the opening track of the album. The album's entitled The God-Shaped Void. We have another video that's supposed to be coming out next week, I believe, for another one of the songs called All the Bad Men. I don't know if I was supposed to say that yet because it hasn't come out, but it's going to. From what I understand, these are lyric videos, not the kind like MTV used to play with all of us with our hairspray and everything or whatever. But they're, artwork and the lyrics going across the screen. And, we're really looking forward to it, man. We're excited about it. We did play, for people that saw us at the Atlanta show that we did back in October. We played one new song off of it. Our last tour in Europe, we actually played a different song. That one is not yet, so I don't want to give too much away. But yeah, some people that have seen us have got the chance to hear a couple of songs off of it, and it's all been pretty good feedback coming back to us. So we're pretty happy with that. The thing that's weird for us, honestly, is this is the first time we've done an album in the day and age of social media, where there's instant. Everyone's a critic, and we expected it. We were waiting for it, but the YouTube hit had some 1,000 or 2 thumbs up and 20 something thumbs down. So evidently you can't please everybody, but hey, it is what it is. We did our best. Hopefully our fans enjoy it.
We have got the band PSYCHOTIC WALTZ with us today. Dan joins us today here in a broadcast on Skype Audio. And the next album is entitled The God-Shaped Void. The upcoming new album and Inside Out music debut will be released on February 14th. And joins us today here on our big broadcast. So, what do you think of the current music trends with, all the online streaming and everything else?
Well, I guess I'm a little relic. I like my oldies. New music, I mean, we played with some really cool bands on the tour. We always get to see new bands. Ogan was one of my favorites that we played with over there in Atlanta, and they're pretty modern heavy metal. So, I do get into it once in a while, but honestly, for most of the time that I'm listening to music, I always go back to my classic Beatles, and even further back than that, I got into my grandma's record collection. I found a bunch of old Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra records, and I liked them a little bit when I was younger, but the more I listen to it in my old age, the more respect I have for it, and it does more for me than a lot of the stuff I hear. The streaming aspect of it, I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent to it. On one hand, it does give you the ability to look for and easily listen to bands that you never would have heard of. But it's discouraging sometimes when I open up, Apple Music, and I see what's trending and what they tend to push at people that open up, on your iPhone or whatever. It always seems like it's the same old stuff. It's the same, flavor of hip hop, whatever the latest artist was that whatever record company is trying to push. And I don't know, part of that aspect of it to me doesn't seem real. But again, these are the times we live in. It is what it is. It might make it a little more challenging for young people to find music that they like. On the other hand, when they hear something or read something, it gives them the opportunity to easily go and stream it and find it and go, hey, wow, yeah, that album was really cool. So, I guess there's two edges on that sword.
We have got a great guest with us today. Dan joins us from PSYCHOTIC WALTZ. And before we let you guys go, how do we get a hold of you online, social media, websites, everything?
There is a Facebook page, the official